Previously on the Washington Wizards, MyGM series.
It is good to be back. I hate to do this, but I think it has to be done. I'm benching Jordan Poole, but this is my own event randomizer. 18. This is kind of a conditional one. I'm the coach, frustrated with input from the front office regarding rotations. Coach -5 in offense and defensive attributes for the remainder of the season. So defensively, 66, 65 because I meddled with his rotations. Yep. Drive. Let's go get take Poole. Oh my god. Clutch. Subbed in Poole, subbed in Kuzma, and the Lightskins locked in, man.
I think as a team collectively, we just got stops and we kind of found a rhythm.
They're going for a quick 2. No, they're going for a 3. Close out. All the way. That's a foul. And one. Good cut. Good cut, Kispert. Oh, let's go. 5-point lead, baby. A win is a win. I'll take it. Episode 5 of the Washington Wizards MyGM series. We are back. Last episode, we simulated pretty much through the entirety of February. Racked up a lot of L's. Had some good gameplay and good actual wins against quality teams like Orlando and Houston. Houston was the double overtime thriller. That was really fun. And then this episode, we're going to finish out the regular season. But before that, we have to do the event randomizer. Now, I forgot to do a league-wide event or a couple league-wide events last episode because I want some events to happen to like random teams as well, not just the Washington Wizards. So we do have to do the league-wide event selection as well as the event selection for our individual team. I think we're going to do it for like 4 teams per episode because, I don't know, just so like a bunch of stuff can be happening in the league. So now when looking at this, I just realized that at this point of the season, there's only 4 events that can happen to a random team, like after like 50 or 60 games played. So I'm gonna have to kind of add to this list, but we can only do events 7 through 9 at this point of the season. So we'll go to the random number generator and we're gonna generate the number. It's gonna be 8. Can it get any worse? Team on longest losing streak receives a -2 in all attributes. Raptors on a 5-game losing streak out east. That's the most there. I had my OBS on my screen recorder, but yeah, I went down in the attribute for all. Went down 2 attributes for all players on the Raptors. So now everybody's 2 attributes lower. Scotty at 84, RJ 82, IQ at 80. And you know what? I think we'll do 3 events to the league. Like 3 teams outside of the Wizards will be affected by a random event. So the next one is going to be 9, and that is nice at the right time. So the team on the longest win streak receives +2 attributes. It lasts through the postseason. So this is a big one. We got Denver on a 4-gamer, Boston on a 4-gamer, and Orlando on a 4-gamer. So Denver will be number 1. Boston will be number 2, and Orlando will be number 3 in another random number generator. So it's going to be Orlando. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the 7 through 9 randomizer for the final event. And we get event number 7. Oh, a buyout. Here we go. A player on a 1-year deal older than 32 on a team that should be selling is bought out and signs on a contender. San Antonio, worst team in the league. 16-52. They got Marcus Morris, 75 overall, 34 years old, expiring contract. So yeah, we're gonna have San Antonio buy him out. So Marcus Morris has been released, and now what team could use like a small ball 5, stretch 4 type of vet? You know, actually there has been some buzz about Marcus Morris potentially going to Minnesota, so we're just gonna make that happen for them. All right, we gotta sign him on $17 million, but obviously, when buyouts happen, that's not really the salary that these motherfuckers get. So I'm just going to have to edit that real quick. And now we can get to the event that's going to happen for our team. Now, I'm just going to put it at 1 through 23. and just hopefully it lands on an event that actually can happen due to our conditions. So 16, return on investment. Team owner requests that the highest paid player be inserted into the starting lineup if already in it, plus 3 minutes per game. If minutes already at 34, plus 10 in touches, remainder of the season. Okay. So that's actually unfortunate for me, because I'm pretty sure Jordan Poole is the highest paid player on this team. Hang on. Oh, man. Yeah, it is Jordan Poole ahead of Kuzma by about $2.5 million. I would have been fine giving Kuzma plus 10 in touches. I just took Jordan Poole out of the rotation because I wanted him to be a sixth man for us, because I thought that was best, like his best position. Now I got to slot him back in here. And yeah, that's done. And so I guess Jordan Poole is going to start for the remainder of the regular season. And I'm going to release DeLon Wright so a team can potentially sign him, like a contending team that needs like a defensive-minded point guard. One of those can sign him. We're good now to simulate into the end of the season. We're going to play the season finale against Boston. It's a good shot, Corey. But we got an early lead, though. I'm on Hall of Fame, right? Always. Yo, what the hell is this? I got the spinning wheel of death on the bottom right. I literally can't do anything. Hey man, I changed my mind. I had to reload the game, and when I loaded back in, it brought me to this point where none of the simulation was saved, so I have no desire to play this trash-ass game anymore. I'm just going to simulate to the end of the season. I don't think there's really going to be any gameplay for this episode. We're just going to simulate to the end of the season, because at the end of the day, all of these are meaningless games for us. You know, we're 13-62, you know. So we're just gonna get to the end of the season and, you know, peep the off season. But we finished 16-66. Luka is your 2024 MVP. Insane stat line. Wemby, Rookie of the Year. Sixth Man of the Year most likely will not be Russ. I think it's going to be Tim Hardaway Jr. Wemby is not winning Depoy. It's going to be Rudy Gobert, I think. Rudy Gobert, Anthony Davis has a shot. But I think Rudy Gobert is going to win Depoy this year, so I'm going to override that. Most improved, Jalen Johnson. I think he should be one of the top players in that discussion. Clutch Player of the Year could be Luka. Tyronn Lue, Coach of the Year. I like seeing that. And Executive of the Year, John Murphy, sure. All NBA first team, we got Luka, Jokic, Giannis, Shea, and Trae Young. What? Wow. I don't know if he's on pace to get all NBA first team, but if he ends the season averaging 28 and 11 and gets his efficiency to 47-41, then he would have a case. Second team, Braun, Sabonis, AD, Tatum, Halliburton. Third team, De'Aaron, Booker, Ant. Wemby will not be making an All-NBA team this year. We'll give that to Kawhi Leonard. He definitely deserves All-NBA recognition this year. All defensive first team, Shea and Luka. I mean, Shea gets a lot of plucks, so I could see it. I definitely will be giving Gobert the all defensive first team nod over Wemby. I think Herb Jones should definitely make it. I don't know if they'd give Shea all defensive first team. Caruso, Derek White, Jaren, not Braun. I'd actually give it to Wemby over Braun. For sure. AD can make an all defensive team for sure. All rookie first team, we got Wemby, Chet, Asar, Jaime, Brandon Miller. Do we see Coulibaly? Oh man, no Coulibaly on all NBA, all rookie second team. That's unfortunate. These are the 2024 playoff standings in the play-in tournament. Out west, we got Phoenix versus Sac and LA versus Golden State. Out east, we got Indy versus Miami and Atlanta versus Chicago. I think we got some play-in tournament rematches: Atlanta versus Chicago and LA versus Golden State. In the conference finals, we got Clippers versus OKC. And we have a 7-8 matchup out east, Miami versus Atlanta, and 1-2 out west. Making the finals is going to be LA versus Miami. Oh man, this is a NBA dream for, top tier markets. We got LA and Miami Bam and Paul George are the respective conference finals MVPs. Through 4, the Heat are up 3-1. See if they can close it out in LA or if it's going back to Miami. It is a tie game, 129-129 in the final minute and 39 seconds. We're going to hop in and see if Miami pulls it off or if LA can survive. Terry Rozier, big time shot. That's a rush shot, but PG hits it. Jimmy trying to get to the rack against Norman Powell. He's got the size advantage. That's not a good matchup. Why is Kawhi not guarding him? Why is PG not guarding him? What? Oh, PG is selling. What was that shot? Jimmy just getting right to it, man. I don't know why they got Norman Powell guarding that man. LA got to score quick. Oh, PG is selling. Kawhi hasn't even touched the ball. Kawhi finally gets a touch, and he misses. LA's not even fouling. That's it. But there aren't many players that deserve it more than Jimmy Butler, man. And Russell Westbrook is celebrating because 2K is so glitchy. 2K is so glitchy. I don't understand why they have that shit happening. Oh, Paul George is now holding the trophy for him. You gotta love 2K, man. You gotta love 2K. The way PG was hooping at the end of the game, you would think he was on his team, on their team. Oh, and he's getting the Finals MVP trophy too, huh? Adam Silver. But Bam gets Finals MVP. 23-12, 4.5, 2 steals, 2.5 blocks per game. Yeah, I guess we'll do the draft. We'll do the first half of the offseason and we'll draft. Hopefully in the top 3. Hopefully, I don't want to lose 66 games to just have the 5th pick. Let's see who retires. Udonis already retired. Brooke is retiring. Kevin Love gets another ring and retires. JaVale is gone. DeAndre, George Hill, Jeff Green, Goran Dragic, Patty Mills, Taj Gibson, James Johnson, Danny Green. A lot of marquee names. A lot of marquee role players. Is Kevin Love a Hall of Famer? I think he's a Hall of Famer. The NBA is not too strict about who makes the Hall of Fame. So it says the Rockets have our pick. I don't understand how they would have our pick. There has to be some type of protection on it because I'm pretty sure we have our own pick. But let's just watch this lottery, man. I feel like we're going to slide to 5 because I think we have the most losses at 66, and 2K tends to penalize the team with the most amount of losses. They tend to always have them fall to 5. By the way, we are in no position to really draft for fit. We are drafting best player available by far. All right, man, after six, we're going to see places where we can fall in the lottery. So we are at 5. Let's see if we fall. Projected here is, oh no. How did I know, man? That's tough. Obviously there's a type of protection, but shit, we fell to 5. Indy's going to be picking at 4. Looks like San Antonio is going to be either 2 or 1. They're going to get number 1 last year with Wemby and number 2 this year with, I don't even know. And Portland wins the lottery. 66 losses to get the 5th seed, or the 5th pick. That's horrible, actually. Okay, regarding the staff, we're going to give Brian Keefe another year. There's not really a reason to fire him or be like, you are the reason we are this bad. Our team is just bad. We don't have that much high-end talent, and we're developing. So there's no real reason to sign, or no real reason to fire him. So according to CBS's mock draft, they got Alex Sarr going number 1. They got Reed Sheppard going number 2. Zachary Rasache going 3rd. Rob Dillingham going 4th. And Cody Williams going 5th. Cody Williams 1st, Zachary 2nd, Jacoby Walter 3rd, Sarr 4th. I don't even know who Dalton Nett is. And then there's Matas Buzelis, Rob Dillingham. Yeah, I think a lot of people are saying this 2024 class is not, it's not very top heavy. Not one of your stronger drafts where you're going to be like confident in finding the face of your franchise. But we are going to send invites to Ron Holland, Collier, Sarr, Jacoby Walter, Buzelis, Cody Williams, Nikola Topic. Isaiah Collier had the best three-point shooting, standstill, and moving, followed by Justin Edwards on the standstill. Sarr shot 18 of 25 from 3 as a 7-1 center out of France. They got Alex Sarr going first and Rasace going second. Rasace is a very consistent name in top fives throughout like different outlets and stuff, so he could be a good target. Topis, there's a lot of like international prospects that are projected to go high. Bleacher Report's high on Ron Holland. Cody Williams, I don't know enough about Cody Williams, man. I don't know. Let's just see what happens. Let's see who falls to us at 5, because all of this is dependent on what teams above us do in the draft. So at number 1, Matas Buzelis goes to Portland. Collier goes second to San Antonio, so they get that point guard for Wemby. Salon goes third to Detroit. Alex Sarr goes fourth to Indiana. So that means we can draft Ron Holland, Jacoby Walter, Justin Edwards. It's looking like it's going to be a wing. And we have a lot of wings that are talented, like Corey Kispert, Bilal Coulibaly. I prefer to play Poole at the 2 guard instead of the point guard. I still want to get minutes for Johnny Davis, but like I said, I got to go best player available. They're saying Ron Holland has Hall of Fame ceiling and has a LeBron James player comp.
Stop the cap.
All right. Stephon Castle. I didn't see him on any of the major outlets, like in any of those top 10s. Cody Williams. Scouts are saying, or my scouts are saying, he has A potential. Justin Edwards, B- potential. Jacoby Walter, A potential. Ron Holland, A- potential. So how could he have a LeBron ceiling? So I'm thinking I draft Cody Williams, man. He's got a lot of defensive upside. Got to work on his consistency from 3, but he can score mid-range and in off the jump, or out the jump. I think Cody Williams is the move here. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yep, Cody Williams, man. Welcome to Washington, out of Colorado. I think on multiple outlets we saw he was the number 1 guy, so I think that's good value to get at number 5. I see Memphis has their pick at 7, right? Memphis is not a rebuilding team. They were just bad because of all of their injuries. They don't have any cap flexibility, unfortunately. Who else is in the lottery that might be willing to offload their pick? This should be Toronto's pick. I'm probably going to override this. Like, I don't understand why 2K has Philly getting this pick at 8. OKC at 9. They're fresh off of a Western Conference Finals appearance, so that's an indication of where they are as a team. They're far from rebuilding. They can afford to take on Kyle Kuzma. They don't have to match salaries. Number 9 pick for Kyle Kuzma. I'm kind of hesitant about it because if we don't have Kyle Kuzma, that means Jordan Poole is literally going to be our number 1 option, and we're going to be so bad. And I don't want to be that bad. As bad as it was this year, I don't want to be that bad next year. I don't think we're going to get another lottery pick, man. I'll float Landry Shaman on the market, like his expiring contract. Or you know what? Maybe I could trade him to OKC for this late first-round pick, because they have 3 first-round picks, 27, 12, and 9. They can't use all of them. So contending teams are always looking to add shooting. Let's see if we can get that number 27 pick from them for, 1 year of Landry Shaman. And you know what? Let me get a second-round pick out of it as well. OKC agrees. So we get another first-round pick. There's Tyrese Proctor. There's Bronny. Ryan Dunn out of Virginia, I believe. Robert Dillingham is here. I'm going to go with Robert Dillingham, man. I like what we saw out of him. Proctor goes immediately after to Indiana to play with the other Tyrese. And now we have a late second-round pick. There's only one name. Actually, there's 2 names I recognize here. Let's draft Zach Edey. Dude is 7'4". That's the only reasoning I needed. Okay. Cody Williams is a 75 overall. Jacoby Walters a 77. Ron Holland, Stephon Castle were both 77. So those are guys we got to look at if they end up being better than Cody Williams, because I passed up on those guys to draft Cody Williams. Robert Dillingham is a 70 overall, and Tyrese Proctor is a 74 overall, but I think we're just higher on the upside of Robert Dillingham. We're going to sign all three of our selections, though. Zach Edey is a 70 overall. Obviously, Rashawn Holmes accepts his player option, and honestly, let's just do free agency. Let's just knock out the offseason in this one episode. Why not? We have no free agents that we really want to bring back that we have the bird rights for. Tyus Jones is a free agent. I didn't even realize that. Let me check and see if Houston actually has our pick in 2025. But according to Fanspo, they're saying that we own our 2025 first round pick outright. Okay, Yahoo Sports. If the Wizards end up with a top 12 pick in 2024, they keep it. If not, the pick goes to the Knicks via the 2020 trade that sent John Wall to the Rockets and brought Russ to the Wizards. The protection drops to top 10 in 2025. Okay, so we have a top 10 protected pick in 2025. So we will have our pick if we're another bottom dweller. Oh man, we have a lot of wings here. We have a lot of wings. A lot of wings. Okay. We're going to have to do some positional changes. So let's get a vet point guard. Honestly, we could bring back Tyus Jones. Team option on the last year. We're going to flatline it at 14 M's per year. He's got some nice badges that can, be transferred to Robert Dillingham, hopefully. If we want a mentor for Cody Williams, we're going to have to get him on the mid-level exception. We get Tyus easily. We can renounce the rights on Livers. We'll keep it on Koloko, I guess. Oh, man. I could sign Luke Kennard. He's not going to mentor him defensively, but he could get his shot right. And that's an area of desired improvement for Cody Williams right now is 3-ball. Who would we be bidding against? Indiana, 2 years, 11.47 mil. Okay, we'll give you 12. We'll give you 12 M's, 2-year contract. Nice. So we're going to be able to get Luke, most likely. Still his top tier contract, and he signs with us. Lovely. I think we just got to sign one more player because we only have 14. So we'll get a 4. Stanley Johnson, former lottery pick if I'm not mistaken. Like 8 years ago, yeah, number 8. We'll bring him to Washington. Lovely. Oh no, I forgot. I had Koloko on the qualifying offer. So we're gonna have to release somebody. Poole goes down, 2 overalls. Bagley went down, I think, because of the injury. Koloko actually went up, and we got progression for Kispert, Avdia, Koulibaly. Avdia is our 3rd best player. I don't think I can bring him off the bench. Okay, I'm spending $36 million at my center position with Bagley, Koloko, and Rashawn Holmes all making $12 million. All on 1-year contracts as well. So we got to get rid of one of them. Yeah, we got to cut somebody, and we don't have a lot of power forward depth. We have Patrick Baldwin and Kuzma. I'm thinking hypothetically if I release Stanley Johnson, we'll only have Patrick Baldwin and Kuzma. I mean, Avdia can play the 4. Koulibaly and Cody Williams are both 6'8", and in the modern NBA they could play the 4. So yeah, we're gonna release Stanley Johnson, and we will advance to the 2024-2025 NBA season. I think I know what I'm gonna do. So yeah, Poole is gonna be on the bench, establishing that right now. All right, Poole's gonna be on the bench, and we're going to experiment. Point Avdia is going into full effect because I gotta free up some wing minutes for all the wings that I want to play. So Point Avdia is going into effect. He's gonna start at the point guard for us. That means we can move Poole back to the 2 guard. He's gonna be the 2 guard off the bench. And outside of that, I'm gonna leave it up to Brian Keefe to figure out the rotation. But mandatory thing for Brian Keefe to do. We want to experiment with Denny Avdia as the starting point guard. Actually, fuck it. I'm coming up with a rotation. Because there are some certain things I want to do so that this team can progress. If we get that conditional event that the coach's ratings are going to go down by 5 because he's not happy with my rotations or my input, then it is what it is. But we're trying to develop, honestly. So, and this will be that rotation. Starting lineup of Avdia, Kispert, Koulibaly, Kuzma, and Bagley. Off the bench will be Poole, Tyus Jones, Cody Williams, Koloko, and Luke Kennard. Our reserves are Johnny Davis, Rashawn Holmes, Patrick Baldwin, Robert Dillingham, and Zach Edey. Tyus Jones is mentoring Robert Dillingham. Luke Kennard is mentoring Cody Williams. Rashawn Holmes is mentoring Zach Edey. Kyle Kuzma is mentoring Bilal Koulibaly. Given that I'm starting Avdi at the point, I got him in playmaking training focus. Bilal Koulibaly working on his two-way abilities. Dillingham working on his playmaking abilities. Zach Edey working on his inside scoring. And Cody Williams also working on his two-way abilities. Brian Keefe prefers the balanced system, and there's no other system that has higher than 2.5 stars, so we're rolling with that. And here's what we're going to do. Going into training camp. I see you, Koulibaly. Good drive and kick to Bagley. That's nice. Got to run, man. We got a lot of athletes on the wing. There we go. Man, good drive from Patrick Baldwin. Let's see if he can carve out some minutes for himself this season. Bricked. No rebound. Good block from Bagley. Koloko's letting that fly. Oh my god. Alright. Pull up off the dribble. Oh my, yeah, CPU's just frying me. Oh, he helped. All the way, Cody. Hey! Give Koulibaly that 3. Let's see if he hits it. He hits it. Screen setter. Utilize his athleticism, maybe. Lob City. Hey! Miss. Run. Run at Avdia. All the way. Good take. Some good bucket from Kuzma. First is the handoff for Cody. Oh, Cody all the way downhill. Nice! Nice game. That was a nice little scrimmage, man. Like what we saw. Got players that are going to be competing against each other for minutes, like Cody Williams and Bilal Koulibaly. Kennard's a vet that wants to get some minutes. You know, he deserves minutes. One of the best shooters in the league. We didn't even have Tyus Jones in that scrimmage. On the start of the season, I am going to have Zach Edey and Robert Dillingham in the G League. I'm also going to up Avdia's touches and his pass to open man tendency because he is the point guard for us, the starting point guard for us, so I need him to be more of a facilitator for sure. We're going to up his dish to open man tendency to a 50, and we're also going to have him running pick and roll point guard plays. And that's going to be all of that. I think we've done all the prep for the 2024 to 2025 season. In episode 6, we will be playing the season opener against San Antonio, against Wemby, and the number 2 pick of the 2024 class, Isaiah Collier.